The last chapter of Dragon Ball Super actually showcased to us what happens to an angel when he actually goes full power. But I don't want to talk about that because obviously the chapter came out a long time ago, and even if you look at it, you can actually see what happened to Merus, which if you don't know, Merus was actually erased from the universe for going full angel power on Moro. The thing that I actually want to talk about is something that I actually uploaded onto my new Dragon Ball page, which if you guys don't know, I actually made, not necessarily made a new account, but I kind of rebranded the actual art account that I have. So now I have two accounts, one being my art account, which is I believe it's just Huggy Face Art, and the other one is Huggy Face DB. What I do in Huggy Face DB is I actually showcase content from Dragon Ball as well as doing little hot takes of those things. And within the actual page, I do upload the newest chapter of Dragon Ball Super every time it comes out in English. So if you guys ever want to check out my page to actually just be there for when I actually release the new chapters, feel free to go down there within the description, click the link that takes you to that Instagram page and leave a follow, because every time a new chapter comes out, I am almost one of the first ones to actually post it. Like, it takes a long time, but I love doing it for all of you guys. But the thing that I want to talk about is some comments that I actually got when I actually uploaded that chapter. So when I actually uploaded the chapter, some of the comments people were telling me were they're not necessarily sad that Merus is gone, because they're saying that they could use the Dragon Balls to actually bring Merus back. And for me, that kind of clicked an interest because of the fact that, yes, Merus was actually erased, but can the Dragon Balls actually bring him back? And this kind of drove me into a whole theory that I will be talking about within this video. Hopefully this video is actually short for you guys. But the thing that I do want to talk about is the fact that I don't think the Dragon Balls, it being Earth or the Namekian Dragon Balls, can actually bring back Merus. Why do I say this? Well, this actually stems back from up to, I believe it was like the Majin Buu arc, when Vegeta was actually going to face Kid Buu, and at that point Vegeta was already dead. He was actually going to be stalling for time for Goku to get his energy back to use Super Saiyan 3, and Goku even states to Vegeta, don't do anything reckless or don't die, because if you die with your physical body already being dead, you will actually cease to exist from the universe, and we can't use Shenron to bring you back. So I actually remembered that line when people were telling me that they could just use the Dragon Balls to bring Merus back, because they can't. Like, the Dragon Balls, yes, they could resurrect the dead, but I don't think the Dragon Balls, aka Shenron or Purunga, actually has the ability to bring someone back after they have been erased, especially since erasure is like a completely different level in comparison to actually being dead. So what is the only other way that they can actually bring back Beerus, you ask? This has to do with the Super Dragon Balls, because we have seen that the Super Dragon Balls have been capable of reviving things that have been erased. When have we seen this? The end of the Tournament of Power. Yes, Android 17's wish was to bring back all the other destroyed universes that were actually erased by Zeno throughout the tournament, and that actual dragon was able to do so. So it was able to bring back things that were erased. So what do I want to actually say now? Well, this can actually lead to the next arc of Dragon Ball Super, because you gotta think of things in long term, because what exactly can they do after the Moro arc? Because at this point they have built Moro to be this beast of a villain that, in my opinion, has been the greatest thing to ever be introduced apart from Goku Black. Like, I don't think that the creators actually have an end game for Dragon Ball Super, and after the Moro arc, I don't see them actually introducing a new villain that can actually outclass Moro in terms of power, because Moro is basically like the pinnacle of power, you know, apart from Jiren and Broly. But I feel like there's not really that much that they could actually do after Moro. So what exactly can they actually do? Well, they can actually make an arc where Goku actually goes to collect the Super Dragon Balls, because I believe they actually do have the Super Dragon Ball radar. So it can actually be a quest for the Super Dragon Balls to revive Merus, but there is one person, which could be the villain, that stands in their way. That being the Grand Priest, or Zeno, mainly the Grand Priest. Now, what do I actually mean by this? Because this could lead to so many questions and speculations in terms of what this arc can actually entail, because a lot of people have been wanting to see the mortals versus the angel in terms of like this civil war actually appear ever since the Tournament of Power, where people thought the Grand Priest was actually evil. Well, they could do it within this arc after the Moro arc if they actually wanted to, because of the fact that the only people who can actually erase Merus for actually breaking the angel law could either be the Grand Priest or Zeno. So because of that fact, if Goku and the gang actually go to retrieve the Super Dragon Balls, they can actually be interrupted by the Grand Priest and Zeno because they're the ones that actually erased Merus, so they can actually pop up before they actually make the wish and be like, what exactly are you doing here? Like, what are you actually going to wish for to actually get the Super Dragon Balls? And we actually might see that actually happen because of the fact that when they actually used the Super Dragon Balls the first time within the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 match, Zeno actually appeared. So, maybe he actually has that instinct to know when people are actually collecting the Super Dragon Balls. But even that in and of itself could lead to two things. One being the Grand Priest saying, no, you can't revive Merus, and they actually go through the whole trial of the mortals versus the angels, them actually fighting the higher ups because they want to do something that they believe is right, as well as, the Grand Priest and the angels fighting back against the mortals because they know that reviving someone like Merus can actually be a detriment to the actual universes. Or it could actually lead to the second point, which is that they can actually bring back Merus, but he could be considered a quote-unquote fallen angel. What do I mean by quote-unquote fallen angel? Well, maybe the Grand Priest and Zeno will allow Goku and the gang to revive Merus on the actual exception that if they do bring back Merus, he loses all of his angel abilities, basically making Merus go from an angel, a higher up like Whis and all the other angels, to a mortal like them. So that, when I actually thought about something like that, I felt like that could be a huge turn of events for these characters because of the fact that they're going to be met with someone like the Grand Priest who A, might want to stop them, or B, make this exception that they might not actually agree with, which I feel like either way, whatever they do is going to lead into a civil war. And like I stated, there really isn't that much that they could do after the tournament, not the tournament of power, the Moro arc that actually leads to another bigger villain. I feel like when it comes to a new villain, it's either going to have to be the Grand Priest and like the whole Angel Revolution, or it's going to have to be them reverting back to Beerus and, them going up against Beerus and Whis because Beerus and Whis were the ones that actually let Merus die on their behalf. So I feel like whatever happens, it's just going to be an angel versus like mortal type of situation that's going to be occurring. But at the end of the day, I feel like I just wanted to get that off my chest because it feels like that could be a really interesting thing that can actually happen within the Dragon Ball universe. Like, imagine just Goku and the gang collecting the Super Dragon Balls to revive Merus just for the Grand Priest to pop up and be like, no, you can't do this, he broke the law, he has to be gone forever. And Goku can actually challenge the Grand Priest, and then the Grand Priest could just like turn evil like right away and actually beat Goku and them, becoming the new villain. Or maybe, like I stated, they might be like, oh, but we really want to bring back Merus, but then the Grand Priest could be like, all right, you could bring back Merus, but he's gonna have to be immortal like you guys. He won't have the same power that he had when he was actually erased, and so on and so forth. So I feel like whichever route they take is a route that I'm really, really interested in, and hopefully they actually bring that into fruition because what could they even do after Moro? I feel like Moro was like the pinnacle of strength at this point. He's like one of the only people apart from Jiren who are actually able to defeat every single person that he actually came across. So it'd be crazy to actually see something like this. And then, like I stated, people are saying that they could bring back Merus with the Dragon Balls, but at the end of the day, when someone gets erased, you can't really bring him back with the Dragon Ball. So it's going to have to be with the higher up Dragon Balls, that being the Super Dragon Balls, that's going to lead to this greater conflict. But at the end of the day, what do you guys have to say about this? Are you guys interested in terms of that direction that they could take? Would you actually like to see Goku and the gang go for the Super Dragon Balls only to be interrupted by the Grand Priest? Maybe get that civil war between mortals and Grand Priest, or mortals against angels? Or do you guys just don't even care and don't want Merus to come back? Because I personally would like Merus to come back, but I feel like it's going to have to be like a struggle to actually get him back. But at the end of the day, if they get more conflict, that just means that the series is going to continue on going. But just a quick little video that I wanted to make for you guys. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, as well as me kind of talking about what I think is going to happen. And like I stated, leave it in the comment section below what you guys think is going to happen. And like I mentioned within the description, make sure to check out Huggy Face DB for Dragon Ball content, as well as manga updates, because every time the manga, either it's like the rough sketches, the spoilers, or the actual chapter itself, I upload all three of those things on that page, as well as daily dose of Dragon Ball content. And then my new art page, which is Huggy Face Art, which I'll leave that one in the description too if you guys would actually like to check out my art. But with that being said, enough of the plugs. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Finish! Here's the power of Ultra Instinct.
Goku! Win!
You've